Have you ever wondered what the blood in your body is actually used for? You know you see it when you get a paper cut, and you know that you need extra blood for when you get surgery. But what is blood actually doing? Blood circulates all around your body and does super important functions that you should know. That's why today, I'm going to give you a short introduction to the components of blood and its functions. Blood, also known as connective tissue, links all of the body's organs and cells together. Even though it seems fluid, doctors and scientists consider blood as a tissue, as it's composed of both fluid and solid portions. Well, what are these components? First, the fluid portion, known as plasma, consists of water and dissolved gases, proteins, vitamins, minerals, sugars, hormones, as well as waste products. The plasma takes up 55% of total blood volume. In comparison, the solid portion of the blood is known as the formed portion. This portion contains red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. You can find the formed portion primarily in bone marrow, which is the inner stem cells of the bone. The formed portion of blood makes up the remaining 45% of total volume. Now, let's dive into these components more in depth. 95% of the total volume of the formed portion are made up by red blood cells. While red blood cells don't actually contain a nuclei, they do have a very specific job. They are specialized cells as they contain oxygen-carrying molecules known as hemoglobin. Hemoglobin has special properties as it allows to pick up and chemically bind oxygen by the process of diffusion. This hemoglobin transports oxygen and CO2 waste from cells all over the body. In contrast, white blood cells, also known as leukocytes, are part of the body's immune system. They make up about 5% of the total formed portion of blood. White blood cells respond, like soldiers in war, in aid in fighting off an infection in the body. They almost double when an infection in the body is present. White blood cells consist of 3 components: granulocytes, monocytes, and antibodies. Lastly, the third element of the formed portion of the blood is the platelets. Platelets are fragments of the cell that form when bone marrow cells break apart. These fragments break down quickly and play a key role in blood clotting, which prevents blood loss after an injury. Now, we talked about red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets, which all make up the formed portion of the blood. Let's dive into the fluid portion of the blood, known as the plasma.